Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Swissman15 back with the War for All Free-for-All tournament, Group A, my group. We just saw the first battle. This is battle number 2. I have 3 points. The Iron Price having 2, Crimson Kaiser having 1, and Monument Time having 0. So this is another battle, so we can just jump right into it. Over here we have my army that I'm playing as Hungary, the noble watermelon tribe. Much better than the Holy Roman Empire over here that we see once again, because Black was so last season. I stole that from Captain Invisible before he comments that I stole that from him. I'm sorry, but it's true. They was last season, and can't you just see how the green and the orange just mix? It shows the emotion of the warrior. Really, it's the emotion of the Pavis that you're trying to get across. That they just want to kill you with an arrow. That's all they really want. Girls just want to have fun. Pavis just want to kill you with an arrow. Okay, we can just go with my army composition. I have, again, 4 units of Pavis crossbowmen. I have very similar infantry setup as our last battle. I have 4 units of dismounted field knights, I believe with armor upgrades, and then 4 units of dismounted chivalric knights with armored attack. And then over here, as a big money saver and actually quite an effective unit, I have my Croat Axemen, which I think have an attack upgrade, and I have them over here because I want to get them into the cav engagement. I don't want to have them in the infantry fight because they will rout. For my cav, I have 2 units of hussars on either flank. For heavy, I have 4 units of Royal Bandrium with armored attack, and in my center, I have my General's Bodyguard. Don't you just love the Royal Bandrium with the nice armor, the plate armor on the cav? I think it looks really cool. Way over here, we have Spain being played by... Oh god, that was a weird voice thing that happened to my voice. Being played by Monument Time. He has 4 units of Pavi's crossbowmen. He went heavy on the infantry, jeez. He's got 4 units of dismounted conquistadors. They have a ton of upgrades. I believe that he forgot to set up, so he actually... This is not his actual setup, guys. And he has 2 units of Spear Militia, and then behind that he has 2 units of Swordsman Militia. For Cav, oh my god, they just look... There's so many of them. He has got 2 units of Conquistadors, 3 units of Conquistadors, 4 units of Conquistadors, and I'm going to pause. Sorry about that. Okay, he has 4 units of Conquistadors and 2 units of Feudal Knights, which is interesting. And then he has, behind that, his General's Bodyguard. Over, ready to face each other, we once again a rematch, I suppose, between the Iron Price and the Crimson Kaiser. And I can't fight the Crimson Kaiser as I intended, because there's a rule to respect the 1v1, so I could not go fight him, because he clearly wants to fight Sicily, played by the Iron Price. So Crimson Kaiser, he has 4 units of Pavi's crossbowmen. He has 2 units of Teutonic Knights with some Landsknecht pikemen over here, and some mounted crossbows. For infantry, he has dismounted field knights, quite a few of them, and then on the far side he has some dismounted imperial knights. Now, I like to separate my infantry, well actually just, not separate, but like mingle my infantry, like rotate them and make sure that they're all nicely mixed, so that one does not dominate the entire side, because if one fails, then you got a problem. And then he has a mimic side over here with the Landsknechts, the Teutonics, and the crossbowmen. And also way back here is another unit of Landsknecht that he forgot, and he's got his general. I'm pretty sure they all have armored attack upgrades. I would bet my life on it. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. My itty-bitty timer. Iced tea now. I ran out of ginger ale. This is right after I recorded the other one. Okay. He has 4 units of Pavi's crossbowmen for infantry. Strange infantry setup, I would say. He has 4 units of dismounted Norman Knights, and then 3 units of sword and bucklermen. For Cav, he has a ton of Norman Knights. I'm not a fan of Norman Knights, but whatever goes for him. He's got tons of them. He's got 3 over here. Behind that, he's got his General's Bodyguard, and over on this flank, he has some mounted crossbows and his Norman Knights again. So that's quite a few Cav, and that is the setup. So let's just start the battle. I go and fight Monument. He's all the way over there, so I'm walking for most of this beginning part of the battle. But so we can take a nice look upon this fight. And they start pretty soon, and their battle takes quite a while, if I recall correctly. Or Monument is just gonna sit there and stew and stew and stew and stew and stew and stew and stew, stew and stew. Okay, that was weird. But Iron is moving up. He takes this hill over here, and he's gonna get some nice shots down on these Pavis. Only 2 of them are actually in range, and this forces the Crimson Kaiser to fold over his troops. I just belched a little there, so that's not good for him. And I'm pretty sure if I was Iron, yeah, he's shooting down his cav, which is a great idea. This is powerful cav that you don't want to fight. And look, he's gotten quite a few kills, a whole 6 of them, which is not good. That would be a large percentage of his Teutonic Knights, or at least of that unit's Teutonic Knights. So it's just a skirmish right now, not in the favor of Crimson Kaiser at all. He should get his Pavis quicker into the mix, try and get something done, because he's losing the skirmish really badly. And if anything, if I were him, I would have rushed at this point, because he's not going to win the skirmish. He's going up the hill. It's not going to come out profitable for him, I would say. But it's just skirmishing. Let's see if we can. Right here we have a cav movement. We got the Sicily mounted crossbows over here, and we have mounted crossbows returning fire, and a nice charge by Iron, getting quite a few kills on these Pavis. So he's doing well to keep his fight over, but a nice counter charge by the Teutonic Knights of Crimson Kaiser, getting a few kills, but the amount of crossbow fire they're taking, because they're all bunched up, is not quite good, I would say. I would indeed. And we have the Pavis, and they're really wrecking these Teutonic Knights. They're getting a ton of kills. They're turning their back. See, this is why you don't want a prolonged skirmish that you're losing. You lose cav quick. Look how many died just to fighting him. And he's setting up Lanchnecks, which will probably rout quite quickly because they're all on their own. So here we go. He's doing what a true Swiss man over here, setting up cav and getting ready for a rush. But it's a marching rush. It's a pretty calm rush. They want to keep it nice and calm down over in this area. We got these Norman Knights. Ooh, they missed these mounted crossbows, and they're taking quite a few hits. But this is a bad part. Iron's going to get a great charge, and he takes out pretty much all these Imperial Knights, which would have done a lot of damage against him. You don't want to leave your infantry unprotected. Look, he's taking out the entire central unit and half of this other unit. You don't want to leave your infantry unprotected by your cav. His cav is really late to the show. I don't even know where it is at this point. Here we go. In the center, we have some cav charging. We have they're not getting the greatest charge off here. Not the greatest. It's not looking good for Kaiser at this point. He lost the skirmish, and his rush is off to a poor start. But it's nothing he can't recover from, especially when you're playing as the noble Holy Roman Empire. And these Norman Knights, he's doing a great job, Kaiser, concentrating fire, it seems, on these Norman Knights, getting a ton of them to be dead. To be dead. That's one way to put it. And then over here we have a lone... Oh no. He looks alone. He's not alone. Here's the rest of his friends. His friends. They're all happy and friends. If we look over here, I'm getting ready to start fighting the Spanish soon. But that's not quite coming yet. It's not quite here. So we have this cav mix-up. We have Teutonic Knights getting surrounded. They're doing a great job still, but they're getting surrounded. We've got routing Norman Knights, I think, or just retreating. I saw a routing flag. I'm not sure what, though. And we've got the Norman Knights here to reinforce. The infantry, a huge rout by Crimson Kaiser's infantry, and that is not good because now we have free units to go and flank the remainders. So this is very, very out of the favor of Crimson Kaiser now. But his cav, I mean, is doing a great job taking out these Norman Knights. These Norman Knights are not suited charge-wise or melee-wise to take on Teutonic Knights. They're quite the opponent. Oh, and we got some Imperial Knights that apparently turned from routing. Returning from the route. Interesting. So, but I don't know what happened to the most of the Crimson Kaiser's infantry. They came in and they sort of disappeared. They're fighting here, but I didn't see a lot of them die. There's not much of a line fight. It seemed to have just started when I got here. I don't know where the rest of them died. Because they didn't all die here. That was just the Imperial Knights, but that was still a large portion. So, I think that alone, right there, was what cost him the battle. Because then his infantry could not hold up against Iron Price's infantry. So, good job to Iron Price getting that great charge. So at this point, it's just up to the Holy Roman Empire. He could pull away, I would say, but it probably won't profit him much. He has to try and get as many kills as he can, hopefully to outmatch the winner, or actually the loser of the fight between me and the Monument of Time. But there goes the Sicilian general, which is nice for me. And Monument, whoever wins, they don't have to fight him later. And Crimson getting a nice amount of shots off at the back of these infantry, so at least he can get some punish back. And actually, if he with some of the right maneuvering, he could actually turn this battle back in his favor because he still has the Langsknecht, and I'm pretty sure he still has Cav roaming around here, like these General's Bodyguard, which just ran. Look at that, just running through these sword and bucklemen, which are now routing, and he's getting some nice charges. So good job by Crimson Kaiser. Let's see, this battle has still yet to fight. I'm moving up slowly. It took me a while. I was all the way over here, and he's just moving further and further back. So don't blame me. Just don't. Here, the Holy Roman Empire getting sort of a charge back, but not the greatest, I would say. And his general's getting caught here. Oh, and he's just mowing down men. So the infantry of the Iron Price is being slaughtered at this point. Well, that recording paused, and here we go. So, actually, it's starting to go back in the favor, I would say, of Crimson Kaiser, maybe. He might be able to pull this off with his cavalry and remaining infantry, so that's quite fancy indeed. Indeed! And we got some infantry going for the flank here, but the Crimson Kaiser going here, getting quite a few shots off on these dismounted Norman Knights. And here we have some lining up. Nothing going on yet. Well, actually, we have my Royal Bandrium going around to the flank, getting some shots on his cav, and now it's the beginning of our skirmish phase. I don't want to really miss this. This is a great fight over here by the Iron Price and Crimson Kaiser. Got mounted crossbows going at it with shooting array. So mostly Iron just has infantry left. I'm not sure where the cav is. Oh, here. We have some cav, some Norman Knights running down these returning dismounted feudal knights. And finally, the Langsknecht pikemen that had been forgotten are now returning. So the Crimson Kaiser doing well, coming back. The infantry has actually been severely mowed down since we last checked. But let's go back to the battle over here between me and Monument of Time. We have a skirmish fight going. It's just infantry firing back and forth. I'm pretty sure we had almost had a cav collision. No, it's just me shooting at his cav. Oh, there's some background noise. I apologize dearly for that. And this poor unit of Pavis is being mowed down by my own. Getting great shots. The Crimson Kaiser, it seems, he is now in favor. He's probably going to win this, actually, seeing as he has cav and he has archers and he still has some infantry to take on these lowly sword and bucklermen. Not lowly, I love sword and bucklermen, don't get me wrong. As much as the next guy. I'm pretty sure there's Norman Knights. Yes, they're way over here, these Norman Knights, fighting off these mounted crossbows, which actually rout in a really heavy numbers. And ooh, over here I got a charge off with my Royal Banjo, taking up these Feudalites and Conquistadors, and I'm going over here to support. And here we have the beginning of our skirmish phase. I send in my Hussars. I want to take out this this Pavis unit and help it out. And here I pull out my Cav. I don't want to be able to get them flanked, and I'm sending my other one. And I actually don't. I think I let this one get flanked. Nope. I go and get a flank on these Conquistadors. But yeah, now his Conquistadors can flank my Royal Bandrium. I should have gotten a charge over here. So these Royal Bandrium getting mauled, and then these don't go in fast enough, and he suddenly has turned this catfight into his. But I get a nice charge by these Hussars into the back of the Conquistadors. But I have a rout by the Royal Bandrium. I think they're known to rout a bit, and he's got Spear Militia in the mix, which I didn't even notice. I recall. I was like, I completely lost track of the Spearmen while we were fighting this battle. The Crimson Kaiser doing some skirmishing against the Iron Price. The Cav is still in, but his infantry's almost gone. It's pretty even at this point, and I'm pretty sure that Crimson Kaiser will come out on top. So over here we have some infantry skirmishing. Yeah, infantry. That's not even a word. It's almost infantry, but it's not. Just skirmishing going around. I pulled out my Cav. It was a costly engagement. I lost an entire unit for very little kills against him. So, but he lost quite a few too. No one lost a lot. Besides, he lost an entire unit of Pavis. So, and here I go. It's time. I just decide it's time for my rush. So I do the rush, and needless to say, it is going to be a costly debacle because I can see these Feudalites going around for a flank. I'm here. Here I have my Hussars. They go in for a charge against these Conquistadors, taking out a whole front line of them, actually, which is quite impressive. And then also I have my Royal Banjo taking out this unit of Pavis crossbowmen, and they're going out. And then here we have a huge skirmish fight. I have my general somewhere here. Spain's general bodyguard, my general bodyguard, and I also send my Shiverick Knights over to help because I think I finally figured out that he had spearmen in the mix of that area. And I have my over here. Oh god, I can't move. And we have giant line engagement going. We have infantry fighting infantry. It's pretty interesting. So we have Field Knights taking on both my Royal Banjo and these Croat Axemen, and they should not last long. But but we do have the Conquistadors of Spain and his Spear Militia going in to help him. So nice move there. Here we got some early routing by these Swordsmen and Militia, which was interesting. A nice touch, but my Cav gets mauled over here. I don't know how it got so destroyed by these Conquistadors. My Cav was better, if not just as good, as Conquistadors, I would say, and these Feudalites. But I was surprised to see that happening. And then he's just open to get some flanks. But I'm trying to concentrate fire on his Conquistadors, but it doesn't work as well as I would hope. We got my infantry engaging his Conquistadors doing an amazing job against my infantry. Quite amazing. They're pulling back, even though that they have armored attack, but they probably do have just as much armored attack too. And I got a nice rear charge by these Hussars, going to the backs of these Conquistadors, getting a few kills, but I'm starting to lose this infantry engagement, it seems. Swordsman, Militia holding the lines. I have my general going around getting some kills against these Pavis, try and silence their fire. I also got my crossbows shooting down into his Cav, but he has a ton over here, and they are about to do some dirty work against me. I'm winning this engagement over here against these Conquistadors, it seems, but he's about to do... And I have routing, actually. He just charged into his own men. We got Conquistadors dying. He's now going after my archers, and it's still pretty close, but it's starting to look bleak for me, even though his center broke. What's weird. Over here, these two areas just sort of cancel each other out. I have some Croat Axemen, successful 20 of them, and he has some Field Knights that made it out of the fight alive, but they're soon going to die over here. So now it's just engagement of Cav, my Cav, his Cav, Hussars against conquistadors and his general's bodyguard. And it's really close at this point, but he definitely has the edge. I go here, and I get a nice flank on these troops over here, trying to help my men out. But I don't have much. I don't have much at all. My archers are pretty depleted, trying to take out his cav, but they're not successfully doing so. But we'll live with that. We will live with that. And notice that we're rotating who is host. So I started here first, and then I started here. So at least I'm starting in different locations each battle. And then here, a nice rear charge on these feudal knights. And that's pretty much all it wrote for me. I have my general's bodyguard, and that's pretty much the last unit fighting for me. My Pavis are dying to his cav. I'm trying to get some rear charges. I should have saved this unit, in hindsight. I should have, because Iron, who actually lost his battle over here to the Crimson Kaiser. So Crimson Kaiser getting his revenge, but Iron, with his Northern Knights, going over this way. And he starts to go and kill the routers of our battle, which is a great idea because the runners-up are based on kills. So that's a great strategy. And there goes my general. And Monument of Time has successfully defeated me. So this is the reverse of the last battle. Crimson Kaiser and Monument of Time coming out on top, opposed to last time when it was me and the Iron Price. Oh, what I did not mention. So I'm just going to fast forward here because these battles, there's no more battles actually at the time. And it's just Iron capturing a ton of people with his unit of Normanite. This unit of Normanites, you can see. Anyway, we originally started this battle, and I played against the Iron Price playing as Spain. And it was right here where on the first battle, and I smashed right through him. I killed pretty much his entire army. He got only 175 kills, but he had 2 units left. So, and then he admitted defeat. And I was left with an enormous army. I still probably would have had an enormous army if he had kept on going, because he only had 2 units left. But it was the rule that you could not admit defeat, and I didn't want anyone having any complaints with the battle. So I said, you know what, we'll restart. Monument had beaten Crimson Kaiser, actually, they had fought. So he was not particularly pleased, but it was the rule, and it's the only way that I had. Sorry about that. The recording stopped, and I didn't see it happen. I did not. Anyway, what I was saying is that it was the only way that I could possibly justify the rule, keep it all going well. So we had to scrap that battle that we fought. Iron took a penalty of 1 point, as I explained earlier, for admitting defeat, because I don't want anyone abusing that later on. So I used that. It's now a rule. If you admit defeat before your army is already running, then you will lose a point, and the battle will be redone, unless you have like 1 unit left and you're just trying to smite the game. If you do that, it's up to the use your best intellect. If someone admits defeat by mistake and they have like 6 units left, you can let it slide sometimes. But with that one, he could have gotten at least another 100 kills against me, probably, or maybe 50 at least, I would say. But he admitted defeat, and he had some units running before. He still had his entire general bodyguard unit, and that could have done a hell of a lot of damage. So here we have the engagement of the 2 survivors of the battle, Monument and Crimson. I have been defeated, and Iron has been defeated. So here we go. It's pretty much in Monument's favor. He's got the infantry that the Crimson Kaiser lacks, and he's also got the same amount of cav, so it's not really in his favor whatsoever. But we got Sicilian Norman Knights running through here. He actually ends up attacking these conquistadors. It didn't respect the 1v1s, but it was 3 of them. It didn't affect it much, and we're all fine with it. And we just restarted. We don't want to start over that again. Iron's just a rule breaker, it seems. Come on, Iron. Get with the program. Get with the program. And we have some Crimson Kaiser 16 mounted crossmen going in. So nice charge over here by Iron, but he's doomed to die here. This is his death point. This is where the Nomanites get mauled. So, good job by Monument taking out those guys. And here it is not long before the defenses of the Holy Roman Empire shall fall. It's pretty much out of his favor, so we can just go straight through this. It's just charging cav and death over here. It's just these Pavis can't hold up. There goes the Spanish general, but it's no, that's the Holy Roman Empire general. My bad. But it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It is. So we just have mounted crossmen, which route, and I'm pretty sure there's one unit left that just didn't route. Yeah, there was some mounted crossbows over here. So they're just running through, and we just want him to admit defeat at this point, and it'll happen in any second. And there goes the jet. And here we go. This is the end of the battle. Coming in first place, we have Monument of Time being the last survivor and getting the most skills, which is usually how it goes. Second place, Iron Price. That tactic of his worked really well. He got a bunch of captures and actually ended up beating the Crimson Kaiser, even though the Crimson Kaiser beat him in the 1v1. So that's unfortunate. And also, he bought a small army, which is actually a nice strategy because Crimson Kaiser had less to kill, which is unfortunate for him, but in essence, it was a strategy by the Iron Price, which I admire him for that, but not for his rule breaking. So 3 points goes to Monument of Time, 2 points to the Iron Price, 1 point to the Crimson Kaiser, and no points to me. So that leaves us at 3 points to me, 3 points to the Monument of Time. It should have been 4 to Iron, but he lost 1, so it's 3 for him too, and then 2 for the Crimson Kaiser. So this final battle will decide who goes on and who's out. It's literally on to that, because we're all very, very close, point-wise, for the next and final battle. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but if there's a tie at the end, point-wise, say both players have 5 points, whoever gets the most kills and captures in all 3 battles together, collectively, will move on. If that gets tied to, I'll think of something. But I'm the authoritative voice in this tournament. So I will see you all in the next battle. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you comment. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. And I hope the players get their matches done. If you're playing, I want you to get your matches done soon. I talked to you about the swap between Pirate Jamaica and Spartan Quap. Spartan Quap is now in Group C, and Pirate Jamaica now in Group D. You can go check back in the videos which says which group is yours if you're unsure and you're playing. So I will see you all in Battle 3, the deciding battle of this round for Group A of the War for All Free for All tournament.